Well, hello, and welcome to my channel, Laura's Lupus. And hi, my name is Laura, and I created this channel to talk about all things lupus. I created this channel in order to educate, to inform, to bring about awareness, and also to encourage lupus survivors, lupus warriors, lupus patients all around the world. Okay? And so today, the big question that I want to discuss on this video is whether or not lupus patients should receive the COVID vaccine. First of all, before we get into that discussion, I want to say that I am not a medical doctor. So this video is not to persuade you either way to get the vaccine or not to receive it. Um, it is just to, give you information and then give you some pointers in order to help you arrive at making a decision as far as receiving the COVID vaccine or not. Okay? But that is something that it is up to you. It is up to your physician. Okay? Um, for myself, I have received both doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. And was I apprehensive? Yes, absolutely. Um, when you watch and you hear the different stories in the media, you have questions. You question if this vaccine is really right for you. You question with your lupus, will it trigger, will it amp up your immune system? Will it cause your lupus to worsen? How will you react to the vaccine? Because we may all be lupus patients, but we're all in different stages with our lupus. We all have different types of lupus. Lupus is impacting our bodies in different ways. We may all have lupus, but some of us have allergies to certain things. And so this is something that we need to seriously consider before we make a decision, to receive the COVID vaccine. For myself, after careful research, I decided, along with my family doctor, that receiving the COVID vaccine would be very beneficial for me. And this is how I arrived at that decision. First of all, I went to the cdc.gov website. On that website, you will see all of the vaccines that are available. There's the Pfizer, there's the Moderna, there's the AstraZeneca, and there's the newest one, the Johnson and Johnson, which is the one dose. When I went to the website, the first thing that I wanted to know were the stats. What were the side effects? How did it impact different people, different ages, different stages, um, different different physical limitations or different disabilities or illnesses. Next, I wanted to know what ingredients were in each of the vaccines. And I looked over that ingredient list. I looked over it very carefully and I highlighted any questions of something that I didn't know exactly what that ingredient was. I wrote down my questions, I wrote down the ingredients, and I discussed it with my doctor. Will these ingredients cause me to have an allergic reaction? Will it cause me to have a serious allergic reaction, or could my allergic reaction be mild? How would this vaccine impact me personally? And all of this information can be found on the cdc.gov. You can see the stats, you can see the actual ingredients in the vaccines, you can see the side effects, the minor ones, the major ones, the serious ones. You can also, there's a toll-free number that you can call if you have additional questions, but all of your questions can be answered by looking at the cdc.gov website / COVID vaccine. And you can sit down, make yourself a list of questions, and then the next step is calling your family doctor and discussing any questions that you may have. And your family doctor can help you arrive at the conclusion as far as if the COVID-19 vaccine is beneficial for you or not, should you receive it or not, and which one you should receive. Number three, make sure that you pray about it. And then number four, if you arrive at the conclusion that yes, along with your family doctor that receiving the COVID vaccine is beneficial for you, then by all means, go ahead, start the registration process. The first thing you can do is register with your local health departments. You can register with your local pharmacies, such as CVS, Rite Aid, um, what is the other one? Walgreens, Walmart, Myers. All of these places have the COVID 19 vaccine available. Which one they have, it all depends on who you register with. When I took the COVID 19, when I took the COVID vaccine, I didn't know which one I was going to receive. But so far, so good. I had some soreness with the first vaccine, soreness in the arm, the injection site, fatigue. For a couple of days, I was very tired. Um, and then that was it. After about 3 or 4 days, it all went away and I was fine. It didn't cause any type of trigger with my lupus or anything like that. And so I'm very happy to say that. With the second vaccine, I was a little bit even more apprehensive, but I went for it. And even with the second dose, the only thing I had was soreness in the site of the injection in my arm, the fatigue, and then I had a little bit of a headache overnight. I didn't take anything for it, just a little slight nagging headache. And like I said, that went away the very next morning. The soreness in my arm and the fatigue, it continued for a couple of days, but it was nothing major. Okay, but that was my experience. Okay, so it's very important that you arrive at your own conclusion along with your family doctor to determine the possible outcome for you. Okay, so should lupus patients receive the COVID vaccine? All of the research that I've seen, rheumatology, um, the CDC, they all recommend that lupus patients is okay for them to receive the vaccine. And as far as like your medications that you take for your lupus, I even went over that with my family doctor. This is the list of medications that I'm taking. How can this COVID vaccine, what will be the interaction between my lupus medications and the COVID vaccine? And I was informed by my physician, my family physician, that I can continue to take my medications as usual, that there was no ingredient inside of the vaccine that could cause an adverse interaction or reaction with the medications that I take for my lupus. But again, this is my personal experience. You will need to talk with your doctor, um, prior to making a decision as far as taking the COVID vaccine. But you know what? I was apprehensive at first, but to be honest with you, I am so thankful and I'm so glad that I decided to take the vaccine. Just for peace of mind, for health reasons, and also to do my part in helping to combat and wipe out this pandemic that we're going through, and also to protect myself and to protect those that I love. We're all responsible for each other. But get this, even with receiving the vaccine, you don't reach full immunity until 2 weeks after the second dose. And even after the 2 weeks, or while you're waiting for your body to build up, um, complete immunity, we still need to safeguard ourselves. I wear a mask, I still wash my hands, and I still practice social distancing. And so, with all of those things, along with the 2 doses of the vaccine, I personally feel that I'm doing my part to help spread hope and not to spread COVID. So I hope that you found this video informative and helpful. Again, let's kind of recap what you should do before you make a decision to receive the vaccine. First of all, go to the cdc.gov/COVID vaccine. Do your research, talk with your family doctor, ask all of your questions. Pray about it. And then if you make a decision to receive it, then make sure that you go and you register online with your local health department, your local pharmacies, and also your family doctor may have doses of the COVID vaccine available right at your family doctor's office. Okay? So take care of yourself, stay healthy, stay safe. Remember that there is life after lupus. Stay blessed. And until we talk again, take care of yourself and bye for now.